Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are currently fighting a border clash over here. And we are absolutely, or rather a struggle clash, we are absolutely in need of getting some battling and some sieging done. Luckily those will happen quite soon. So if we look at the actual path we're on, this path is currently fine. Excellent. King Abdullah escaped. Okay, what a jerk. And he became our rival as well. Also, what a jerk. Another king escaped. Very rude. We might want to make it a policy to put them in the dungeon. I don't know. We'll have to think about that. For now, I want to catch at least part of their force here, and we are going to catch part of it. So that looks good. They're going to turn around and fight us here. Our daughter has cancer. We knew that. I'm honestly surprised she hasn't died yet. She was already one-legged, and that helped. We're going to do drastic measures again. Disastrous mistreatment. Well, we all knew the risks, and she's now dying. That's fine. That is quite expected. At this point, we would kind of prefer it. That said, we do need an additional child. So that is pretty necessary here. Let's work on either seducing or romancing our husband. I'm not sure which. We'll go with romance, I think. That'll be fine. And what do we want to go with? We'll go with our gut in the moment. He won't resist our charms for long. Indeed. So we're going to proceed forward here. Excellent. And all of this is getting stack wiped. No problem whatsoever there. We're going to hop in up over here. This siege is already done, so ticking war score is no longer on their side. We're at 56% war score. Perfect. So we're going to hop right on up here. We do see this dangerous faction. At this point, I would expect this to be a real faction. And it is. Barely, but it's a real faction. So this is an independence faction here. The King of England is the primary issue. We're going to arrange a marriage between our dying daughter and his son. Perfect. That probably won't last forever. And our child died. Okay, well, that did not last long at all. We'll see if he rejoins this. For now, I want to send a gift to the King of France and see if he'll leave that. That would be ideal if he did. And of course, we need to get a new child. We do have an heir, but we could use an additional spare. So we'll see how that goes. Sleep deprived for 2 years, huh? No one would discover the ruse. 67% chance. Oh, he noticed. That's sad. He is insulted. Well, I guess that's okay. We're heading on up here. This guy learned Basque. Good job. So we're going to finish up this siege here. This is a slow siege. And we're going to have to head southward after this. And that's indeed exactly what we're going to do. We're going to head right on south, because we know that they're on their way over towards our siege force. In all actuality, our siege force has to turn around here, which is highly unfortunate because we're at 97. We maybe could have sieged that down first. No, don't go that way. What are you doing? No, we maybe could have sieged this down first and ended the war. Oh, that actually got them caught. That is deeply unfortunate. Okay. Well, we're going to retreat here as soon as we can. There we go. We got the retreat off, so it's all good. Retreating to here? Sure, that's absolutely fine. 900 gold for 40 opinion of him. Apparently he likes the, what was that, a bracelet? Sure. So losing that battle is irrelevant, to be honest. All we need to do is position up over here. Yes, he becomes our lover. Sounds perfect. That'll be good. All we need is one siege here. So either of these finishing up will end this war. So yeah, just go ahead and siege this, no problem. There we go. We'll enforce those demands and disband our troops. Phenomenal. Now, we're going to need to hand this territory out to something, right? We can make the Kingdom of Macron, and we definitely will. That's going to go to this guy. There you go. What other kingdoms can we make over here? Persia is currently held by our vassal. Yes, Khorasan is held. We cannot usurp this just yet. Okay. So in theory, then, it's de jure, right? We'd have some holdings of the wrong type, but we're going to grant some of these out de jure here. There we go. That was not all of them by any means, and we're going to need to grant some of these holdings on out. We do not want to hold them ourselves. We're going to need to move them in de jure eventually, but there might be some duchy issues here. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, this duchy needs to be a thing. So we're going to give the duchy title to this guy. Phenomenal. And then he can be de jure transferred over. There we go. So we do still have some additional holdings. They are up here. Not all of them. There are more holdings than just this. For now, that's fine. What else do we have? We hold these out over here. Yeah, we're going to want to hand these out. This one is actually the one we want to hand out. There we go. Perfect. So that should be a duchy title as well, correct? Yep, absolutely. We'll usurp that right on over, and we'll grant that to this fine gentleman. And then he, of course, can be moved into this king. Perfect. So that'll do for now. That gets that war under control. We'd like to attack this guy again eventually, but for right now, we're not in a position to do that. We're very close to getting the Persian Empire, but we don't have it yet. If we were to attack this guy, de jure lands would be what exactly? It's not highlighting. Like a single sheikdom? This one? Okay. Yeah, that's not ideal. Struggle Clash would get us most of it, which we knew it wasn't going to get us all. Let's check in here to see if there are any claimants that would be willing to come to court. 90 reasons, that's too far. Okay, no claimants there. Let's double check Mesopotamia. 145 reasons? Yeah, not going to happen. Okay, I want to check empire titles here. So this is all part of Persia. Noted. Absolutely noted. So if we attack this guy with a struggle clash, that will get us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 counties in total. And how many do we need for the Persian Empire? More than that. Okay, we need a total of 12 counties. Yikes. That's the only thing to say about that is yikes. There's more territory out over here that needs to be grabbed, and that would be why. Okay, so that's all reasonably fine for the moment. We can declare war on this guy with a de jure. So that's reasonably fine. Out of curiosity, the kingdom titles out over here. Kingdom of Persia, we have. Kingdom of Mesopotamia is, of course, not held by us. So this is a duchy tier realm, and they're a Shari. But these duchies are awkward. Very awkward indeed. I also want to make sure that this faction isn't going to be a thing. Yeah, the King of England is back in here. I'm not shocked about that. We're going to send him a gift to bump his opinion up to max. In theory, that'll cause him to leave the faction. And we'll just bump all of these on up for now. That will cause some of them to leave the faction, but they don't seem to actually leave when the tooltip says they're going to. So, like, this guy has minus 24, or 2,060 now. But he did leave the faction. Okay, perfect. So that faction is no longer a problem. We can found a holy order, but we're not going to. What is his ransom? Yes. No. Yes. Yes. And yes. Okay. So that's all fine. I want to get this cleaned up, but we might want to consider leaving it be for the moment. That said, declaring here and at least getting this on cooldown is not a terrible concept. We are low on prestige right now. Because we're a female ruler, I think what we do here is we declare this war. This is going to take us negative. That's understood. Then we're going to call a tournament, which we cannot participate in. Well, some things we can participate in, but not everything. So we would do this here in Toledo. And it would have to be, let's see, we are not allowed to participate in the melee, right? But we have good aptitude for it. I'm pretty sure we're not allowed to participate in this. Yeah, the Basque culture does not allow women to be combatants. So, to that end, can we do archery? No, that is considered combat. Okay. Recital is absolutely something we can participate in. Joust is not. Wrestling and duel are not. So board game is something we can participate in. Can we participate in the horse race? Yes. Okay. So presumably nothing else can we participate in. So we'll just have it be things that we have high aptitudes in, but it's actually we have high aptitudes in almost everything but archery. We're going to put in a melee and we're going to put in a joust for now. We cannot participate in these. We could just not do them, but I think we're going to do them anyway. We can put in a champion and that would be our husband? Sure. I don't know how successful he'll be. We'll see. We'll just bring this all on up. Phenomenal. We do not need superior armaments or experienced captains, of course, and we'll start this grand tournament. Okay, so while that is happening, yeah, we're currently not qualifying. We do need to come out over here and wrap up these two wars. So we're going to raise our men-at-arms, and we're going to raise a few levy troops. Phenomenal. So 3 months on that. Okay, that's going to be a little bit. Noted. So we're on track to qualify now. So in theory, we should hop in here. This is going to open in 1 day. Okay. Do we want to get some potentially prestige? I mean, prestige would be good. So let's go into the tourney grounds and see what we get here. Supported foreign knight, huh? Probably not. We'll just pay to increase this guy's, or rather pay to increase our score slightly. That'll be fine. Mental break, huh? Actually, charity is fine. We can donate to charity, no problem. And we are pregnant, which is a good thing. We definitely could use additional children. We'll grab confidants. There we go. And when are our men-at-arms going to arrive? The answer is eventually. We can probably visit the temple at this point. I don't want to gain stress here. I guess we'll just take some score, but we really don't need it, to be honest. We've got 15 days until the men-at-arms show up. And we can definitely go ahead with our attempt to romance the Emperor. He's already our lover at this point, which is good. Cool. Okay, so he becomes our soulmate as well. That's absolutely fine. And 750 prestige, which is solid. We're very happy about that as well. That gets us close to being out of our prestige debt, but we can definitely head on in and finish up this war. So let's get that done. And the grand tournament will, of course, end our prestige debt, for sure. We're going to get this siege completed. The recital contest is beginning. And we're going to head on down over here. This war is, of course, over. So we'll enforce those demands. What was in here? We can retaliate with an insult or try to understand. 99% chance that our score wins the crowd, so we'll take that. Yeah, our husband didn't qualify for this one. We'll see how that ends up going. 67% chance of a moderate increase, 99% chance of a moderate increase. Done. We'll happily take that. What else do we have here? 73% chance? Do it. Cool. We're now known as the Great, and that gains us 150 prestige. Excellent. One last verse, although our progress to victory has been, not moving at all. And I think we lost this one. Maybe not. Nope, intent achieved. So we won this one. Fantastic. That's good. So that's 750 prestige, putting us positive. Let's head on down over this direction. This is their capital, so I'd like to get that taken over. They also have forces down over here, so we can definitely get that finished up. We're at 49% here. And actually 100%. Perfect. So we'll enforce those demands. While we're at this tournament, even though we're not able to participate in it, I don't believe we're going to be able to create any additional wars. We'll take a look at that, but I'm pretty sure that's how that's going to work. So I want to check this kingdom title over here. We can actually usurp Mesopotamia. Done. Absolutely done. I'm going to make this guy over here in Baghdad be the new king of Mesopotamia. Perfect. And I'm wondering why this count exists. Why are you not part of Persia? Let's just grant you right on over. There you go. Phenomenal. So now, of course, we have a number of things that we can clean up over here. No doubt about that. I also want to check the Persian Empire. We need 3 additional counties, as expected. So that is reasonably fine. Next up is going to be the board game. We can head over to the tourney grounds, I suppose, and just gain some prestige out of it. That'll be fine. And am I correct that we cannot declare these wars? Yes. So we'll clean this all up as soon as we are done with this tournament. Of course, other than this guy, we're truced with him. Our qualification is slipping? Okay, not anymore, it's not. We're ready. Only 4% on the progress to victory. We did qualify, so that's something anyway. So what do we got going on here? We're not going to cheat. We've already won one, so I'm reasonably okay with that. 99% chance that the judge believes you. I think our score increasing is better than his score decreasing here, most likely. We'll just focus on the game. Yeah, that brings us up to 51%. We'll take this 74% chance, and we won this one. Phenomenal. So we won the board game. We are, of course, going to be continuing to work our way through this tier, right? We're now in the semifinals. We progressed by default due to Catan's resignation. Okay. Sure. We're already at 100% chance here, so we're going to say, you seem awfully sure of yourself. And then we drop down to 100, or down to 0%? Okay, that was exciting. Right, we won this because of this guy's resignation. We already knew that. So I guess we'll see what we've got going on here. 74% chance. It went down again and then went down to 0. That's interesting. We did not win, but we came very close. Okay. Sure, that was some bad luck, I think, there, ultimately. Sure, we can make a friend here. That seems fine. So the horse race we can qualify for still. The others we can't, and we're not really going to be very concerned about them, to be honest. We are building up some additional prestige here, and that is going to be necessary. We can go over to the temple here. 50% chance of becoming superstitious, huh? Well, it didn't happen, and we are on track to qualify, so that is great. We've got about 20 days until this happens, and sure, we can name our child Fretch. That's okay. We have a new heir, which is good. That is absolutely great. We could use more, but let's head to the tourney grounds real quick. We'll keep her secret. Fantastic. Okay, let's see how the horse race goes. This will be quite a race. Let's say you'll do. Phenomenal. This does obviously break the rules, so we'll knock Countess Rolinda out. Phenomenal. And we're at 53%. I want the prestige and the score increase, so that'll be fine. Our score didn't actually increase. Sure. What's our best odds here? Extra pay if you win? This is probably going to go poorly. One more push. I don't know. We might win that one. Looks like we did. Cool. So that is phenomenal. That gets us a good amount of prestige. Now, of course, the melee. We are not participating in the melee. Let's head over to the temple, and let's see if we can get 300 renown. Nope, there's no one we know there. That's sad. So, even with us not participating, we still can't declare these wars, which is unfortunate. I would really, really like to get this area cleaned up. But sadly, we can't do it just yet. In the meantime, though, we can certainly work through some of these ransoms. So, we're just going to decline you. Yep, you're good. You're good. You're good. Yep. No. You're good. You're good. Yep, no problem there. This guy's a big no. No. Nope. Yes. No on you. This can go away. And yes and no. Phenomenal. So there's all of those cleaned up. We don't really care too much about how the tournament proceeds from here. We won 2 out of the 3 that we were eligible to compete in, so that's reasonably good. We did get ourselves a good amount of prestige there. Unfortunately, our husband did not qualify, but that's okay. We're not shocked about that. So we're going to be taking out the remainder of these areas. Our truce with this guy is going to be up eventually. We may end up truce breaking. We'll see. Okay, what's going on with the joust here? I don't really care about this. We're not competing, so it's fine. What a chaotic sport. Indeed. Cool, we can go to the tourney grounds, potentially. We'll gain 25 opinion. That'll be fine. Actually, I don't think there's really a reason to go to the tourney grounds at this point. It would be the temple that we'd want to go to. So what do we got up here at the temple? Apparently nothing. We went to the temple and nothing happened. Okay, well that's exciting. This ransom is acceptable, and this ransom is also acceptable. Sure, seems good. And we're just waiting on our grand tournament to end at this point. May the best win. Our champion did not qualify. I'm not shocked about that, to be honest. An interesting round on the semifinals there. And a fine contest. We're still gaining a fair amount of prestige as people continue to show up and such, so this is all fine. We are charm resistant, and we'll lose a little bit of stress. Sounds good. And the joust continues. A fine contest. So the joust contest is now over. Phenomenal. A well-deserved win. We're going to hop over to the temple. Actually, no, this is a ceremony. The melee is already over. Somehow I missed the melee. Okay, that's exciting. Perhaps a few words, given I'm the host. Phenomenal. So we're almost done here. We need to finish the grand tournament. There we go. Now we can declare our wars down over this way and get this cleaned up. We're truced here, and we're truced here. So we don't want to do those just yet. Kufa, on the other hand, we can absolutely seize all de jure lands. And Samara, we can do a de jure land seizure here as well. So that sounds good. We're going to drop our rally point over here. We'll raise our men-at-arms. We'll raise a few levy troops. We're really not going to need all that many, but it's all looking good. This ransom is fine. Yes, and yes. Cool. This should be sufficient troops. Yeah, we're going to host a magnificent dinner party to the delight of all. Gaining 20 opinion with every vassal would be very nice. So that's all fine. We've started up a slow siege over here, but it's going to be a very slow siege until our men-at-arms show up. At which point it's going to be a very fast siege indeed. But it'll take some time for them to get here, of course. They'll get here eventually. Beyond that, I would like to get this all taken care of, certainly before the end of the game. I'd love to get these under control as well. I'd like to just get our borders generally a little bit cleaned up. That's kind of the goal here. Of course, it doesn't really matter. We're not going to be directly importing this to the next game, so that's fine. Cool. In we go. I'd love to fight them over here. We'll see how viable that is. Are we going to catch them? If not, we'll siege the capital. But if we can get both, that would be great. We got about half of their force. Sure. Well, there's the war over, so we'll enforce those demands. And, of course, we need to head up over to Samara now. Fantastic. So that's now under our control, Mesopotamia. And we can also create the Persian Empire. So we now have de jure claims on a lot of stuff. We would love to get that all cleaned up. Let's make our way up to Samara, though. It is about time to put a cut in here, but honestly, the Samara war is not going to take very long at all. Let's wait until after that's over, and then we'll go ahead and do that. So in we go here. A secret has been exposed. Hang on. I just realized something. We're on High Crown Authority. Let's bump that right on up. Excellent. We had to do that earlier, and I just forgot to bring it back up because of the 20-year cooldown. So that's okay. Let's definitely bring that right back up. We'll enforce those demands and disband our troops, and there we go. We've nearly got this fully under our control. It is ours de jure. This guy would not become our vassal currently, and this guy would not become our vassal. They're both pretty angry at us, and I don't blame them. So we'll be able to attack this guy once the truce is up and get a decent chunk of de jure territory out over here as well. That'll all be fine. I would be very, very happy to go after Burke or Divinok very, very soon, but it is time to put that cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to see what all we can get in terms of getting these borders cleaned up a little bit. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.